Hello everyone, we're back with Fake Grand Order with the Salem pseudo-singularity. We're just saying Lost Belt. Yeah, last time we got here, we met Abigail Williams and Randolph Carter. We looked up, it is a Lovecraft character. I felt like I recognized the name. Although, I've only read one Lovecraft story, the Dunwich Horror. So I'm not overtly familiar with it. That's not a word I use, I'm not overtly. They should just change it to overly. Those must be the traveling performers. What were they thinking, coming all this way to perform in a village like this? What a disgraceful outfit. Can never let my child see that. That's the Puritans I know and love. How they put a play about a romance between aristocrats, if you say so. Hey there, young man. Hope you'll come out to see the Horsey Company perform. That I was used to being stared at. This is something altogether different. Remember, we're supposed to be entertainers now, so you can't get angry no matter what they say to you. I know. I can't help being French. Okay. Just out of place here. Besides, you're gonna pass as an educated gentleman as long as you keep quiet. In my case, I come across as a Roma, came to the New World to make my fortune. Roma? These villagers may not care for the British Army, but they don't have much love for the French either. In fact, this British settlement and France are currently at odds with one another. Only 40 miles north, the French army led Native Americans against a northern British colony, completely wiping it out. Really? Never knew that. Naturally, the British retaliated. Their respective colonies ended up fighting a fearsome battle. Competition for resources is fierce between colonies. War is all but inevitable. Truth be told, my great-grandfather, the first head of our family, was part of the French colonial army himself. Really? I mean, yeah, I guess the timeline works out for that. He was deployed to Canada, but he must have taken part in skirmishes around this area as well. Was it called Canada back then, or...? I see. No wonder you have such complex feelings about this place. I mean, obviously he has future knowledge, so it's not weird for him to call it that. Retaliation after retaliation. Soldiers sacrificing their lives to avenge the loss of their commanders. Is that why you and Robin are always arguing? You really can't stop taking shots at him. You're barking up the wrong tree there. He's the one who keeps provoking me. You're at least partially to blame for that. As long as you're going to be working together, you'll need to find ways to get along. Sometimes other people just have their own way of doing things, and that's okay. I'm trying to be as accommodating as I can. Oh, isn't that... Yes, that's the girl we saw last night. I've been looking for her too. Abby or one of the other girls? Oh, right. Can't believe Is it Waitley? Is out and about in broad daylight. That's also a Lovecraft name. Get a lot of nerve coming out now when you never show your face at church. Grumbling. I'm just going out to buy whale oil. Did they use it? I guess they did. Whale oil? Just what are you gonna do with that? You're gonna use it for another blasphemous spell, or... Pardon me, has this girl wronged you somehow? Who are you? Oh, you're just one of those traveling performers. That's right, my name is Sanson. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Tell me, what possible use would this girl have for oil besides lighting a lantern? What could she possibly have done to warrant such treatment? What business is it of yours? Charles, we just talked about this. Are you threatening me? No, that's not my intention. Apologize if I offended you. What a strange man. Muttering. He's gone now. Guess that worked out in the end. Oh, my internet's out. So you do live in this village. I'll hope it comes back on by the time I get to the end of this story segment. The fugitive from last night? Your performers? That's right. Sorry for frightening you. That's a face. She doesn't let her guard down at all. Would you mind if we asked you about what happened last night? Anything you could tell us would be a big help. That really surprised us, seeing something like that happen right after we got here. Did Abby say something to you? How do I do a creepy girl voice? Oh, so you're a friend of Abigail's? That makes this easier. Creepy girl voice, Oh, about this. How's that? How's that? Oh, the horn grew.
It wasn't. The whole village hates holidays. I don't blame them.
Are you summoning a Dunwich horror? So your family is tying you down. I'm Charles Henry Sanson. Maybe French, but I'm not your enemy. I don't know if it's Sanson or Sanson.
Are you just telling me? Are you giving those to me?
I hope that picks up audibly.
Because I look Ariana, a peak, a living skeleton.
No, your albinism means to me is that you're born without enough melanin. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Is that what albinism is? I mean, that makes sense to me. Just part of who you are. Don't find it ugly at all. However, it would behoove you to eat better, if you don't mind me saying so. No, we're appealing to the niche crowds. Oh, wait, sorry, we're never in charge of mission to children. Isn't that right, Matahari? Of course not. We have to see you at our show, Lavinia. If you'd like, we'd even be happy to provide a seat where you can watch in privacy without worrying about the rest of the audience. What's that?
Don't go anyone's down last night. If you do, tell anyone else what I say. I told him to use names craft to call those things. I said the whole thing.
Prove it. No, that she's a witch. She's trying to turn her witchcraft back on us. Hang her. Why is she so certain about that? So you wish to keep your presence a secret from Abigail, do you? I can see that this is very important to you. I also like, by the way, how Sanson was like, oh yeah, you don't have melanin. You, a child from the 17th century who would definitely know what melanin is. It's pronounced melanin, right? Okay, we promise we won't tell you. I'm afraid we can't promise that. Angry Cthulhu noises. Yes, we've got a problem on our hands. Could an ordinary child be so unbothered after seeing a fight like that? The Whately family, We better look into them as well. Nobody's here has read Lovecraft. That's all well and good, but you'd think Mashu would have. You kind of look to me like you care more about her than her possible connection to the demon god pillar. Are you sure we can trust her? I am, yes. Really now? Never mind that for the time being. Let's go report this to Master. Wonder how Robin and the others are doing. And we cut to them? Yeah. Robin, suggestion. Listen, we're at the wharf. I know what wharf means because of Dark Souls. What is it, Prince Najah? You got something secret to tell me? Make it quick. Wait, that's not Robin's voice. Because there's a sweet little tavern over there with my name on it. On duty, drink not, want not. I mean, Robin, listen, I have a suggestion. Yeah, what is it already? This area, strange, unrealistic, therefore, no sense in sneaking. We capture villagers, question them individually, rational, efficient. We can handle anyone who resists, concern, unnecessary. I see. I wonder you're casting a period piece. Naturally. So you're kind of chafing under the whole slow, methodical investigation thing, yeah? I don't blame you. If you want to go in and start throwing our weight around to find out what we're looking for quickly, we could do that. We're servants, and they're just ordinary people. It'd be way easier to handle than monsters. That said, won't pretend like I've got everything all figured out, but even though we can feel the kind of white demon god police aura all around us, we're still trying to figure out what's really going on here. Still haven't been at Chaldea all that long. Weren't with us, traveling back in time during the restoration of humanity. Back then, we had to be real careful not to interfere too much. Could have ended up changing history. Well, did we? So I know Najah's just introduction is kind of weird because she showed up during the Journey to the West event, but I guess we don't canonically summon her until around Salem, which is when she was added to the game. But still, there's a little chance of that happening here, so we've still had to be careful not to bring along anything that didn't exist at this time, so we'd get in here to begin with. You're dealing with this false incarnation nonsense weakening us. If we just stormed into mid enemies of the whole town, might have all ended up dead. Could have brought a whole militia against us or something. We also had the option of brute force where necessary and other singularities. Here I think that might actually be the worst thing we could do.
Oh no.
I can reach it. I can reach it. Oh, I got it. I almost knocked over my microphone doing that, but... Pretty sure Master's picked up on this too, you know? We're to ask you, Mitugi, that violence isn't the answer here in Salem. So if I sit back too much in my chair, it leans back and then I can't talk into the microphone. So to do that, I have to lean forward and ruin my posture or just put a pillow behind me. It's kind of like we're trying to make our way through dense fog with someone else holding onto our lifeline. I had to get a new chair and I just went with a pretty cheap one. Don't know about you, but I sure don't want to accidentally break one of the world's rules we don't know about yet. Just getting knocked right off the stage. It is an office chair though, it has wheels. It's like we don't know what we're up against, but stack the heat stop could be our last. So you're out here trying to keep these people safe, remember? This is a peaceful village of innocent people. You have no call to going on hurting them, right? You want to bet on that? Pondering, reconsidering. I don't actually know what's going on with Salem. Like, I think someone gets a bird head, and I know who the final boss is. That's pretty much it. Oh, and I forget who, but I think one of the servants in our group dies. I don't know if it's like Monahari or Vidia or Sanson. I don't think it's Robin Hood or Najah, but... Understood. We'll play along. Really? Awesome. Good to see you can listen, unlike a certain frog I can mention. Why is Sanson a frog? Right then, let's go try some of that Caribbean imported rum. No drink. Dang it! Najah should have went along with it. Hinders investigation. Out of the question. Come on, you're kidding, right? Don't get all straight-laced on me now, your highness. You're gonna cut me and Mashu now? So the sea's right past those wheat fields. This whole area must be grassland. Right, that land like this was shared and managed by the whole village is called a common here. This should be the side Abby ran off to. Wonder where she could be. I didn't know it would be like so green. I always heard that Salem was kind of like a swampy area, you know? Which, I mean, it totally could be, and this is just, like, you know. I imagine it was like straight out of Dark Souls. By the way, Senpai, do you think there's something a little strange about Medea? I thought I was just imagining things when we ray-shifted, but now, before we ray-shifted, you know, she was acting strange. So you thought so too, then? She just doesn't seem like herself somehow. First I thought she might be upset about how we asked her to come to a place that's best known for its witch trials. Then she was eager to help me set up the comms device last night. Just not sure what to think anymore. I'll see what I can find out. Okay, thank you, Senpai. Of course, I hope I'm wrong about this. We made it through the bounded field and into Salem. No matter how peaceful the scenery may be, this is still enemy territory. It's eminently possible we've played into their hands without realizing it. Look, there's a gold rabbit hopping here. A gold rabbit? Huh? Where did that come from? A gold rabbit? Where is it? Wait, it's not a gold rabbit? That's golden hair. It's... How do you mix up a person with a... Gudo, you're an idiot. Don't tease me like that. Oh, yeah, of course it's teasing you. Of course. Actually, Gudo is incapable of telling Abigail apart from a rabbit. Oh, hello, Mr. Ringmaster. Hello, Mashu. Did you come all this way looking for me? Sorry for running off like that. Promise I'll go home soon. I forgot that's how the last chapter, well, the last arrow ended. Just like to stay out here a little longer. Abby. Sorry you made someone as wonderful and nice as you were, Mashu. That was all my fault. And I know that Uncle is just being sensible. He's completely right. I was thoughtless and I put all my friends in danger. I even ended up getting Tituba in awful trouble when she didn't do anything wrong. She told me such... I mean, she told you about witchcraft. Witches are evil. We all know this. And she told me such wonderful tales from her homeland, too. After all that, I shouldn't just be allowed to watch your show like I did nothing wrong. I don't know what to say to her. Is there any way we can cheer her up, Senpai? Why don't we take a little walk? A walk? Okay, love going on walks. There's a path to the beach down that hill over there. The wind's not too cold today, so but it's perfect weather for a walk. It's really nice out, right? Yes, it's lovely. Oh, I almost forgot. Uncle said I'm not supposed to talk to the guests. What about talking to friends? I feel like that's semantics. Oh yes, that's a wonderful idea. You're fun, Mr. Ringmaster. What are some of your favorite things, Abby? Doesn't she like pancakes? My favorite things? So glad you asked, Mr. Ringmaster. If someone it's hard to keep track. I only know Abigail from the memes. I have no idea what her personality is actually like. Like, you know how... Yeah, okay, pancakes. Okay, it is. Like, you know how all those, like, comics and stuff make Jean Ultra like a tsundere when... She's arguably a tsundere, but a lot... Like... Not quite... She's not the cute wife who the comics make her out to be. Well, the fan art does. Let's see. One of them is definitely pancakes. I adore fluffy pancakes with lots of butter and crispy bacon on pancakes? Do people do that? Is that a thing? And more than anything, I love mashed potatoes covered with piping hot gravy. Mashed potatoes. There's nothing better than that. Gulp. Oh no! Run! Mush! That does sound incredibly delicious. Gravy, huh? Heard of it before, but I've never actually had it. What's it like? Oh goodness, Mashu. You've never had gravy before? Do you not make it in your... You know, I've never actually had gravy. As a kid, I always thought it looked gross, so I never tried it. And I've just never been in a situation to try it in, like, the last, like, years. It does look a little gross, doesn't it, though? It's a scrumptious sauce made using the juices from cooked meat. The grown-ups all like to put it on turkey and steak, but I really love it on potatoes. It's not the kind of thing you have every day either. You only get to enjoy it on Thanksgiving. It's too bad you and the rest of the Horsey company didn't come during a holiday, Mr. Ringmaster. Were they celebrating Thanksgiving then? Like, you know, yeah, the Native Americans taught them how to grow crops and they started celebrating Thanksgiving. Yeah, that's what happened, right? But I don't know if, like, autumn, like, harvest festivals, like, are pretty common, right, back then? But I don't know if they would have called it Thanksgiving. Yeah. And it has been a while since we celebrated anything, though. I see. Sorry to hear that. So the meal that Tituba made for us was, very good in its own right. I never had porridge before either, so it's quite, novel. It's okay, Masho, I understand. You don't have to be polite. Tituba does the best she can with what little we have. But I know that porridge isn't something seasoned travelers like you would really love. I'm sorry. Guess you saw right through me. Tituba does care about being frugal. I'm not sure why. Maybe it has to do with her own beliefs? I see that comes from right from the beginning, huh? So when she makes porridge, she'll water down the milk and skimp a lot on the honey. Not sure if Uncle just doesn't mind or if he likes how she saves him money. He never says a word about it. There's so many things Salem is missing. Like witch trials. You like this village, Abby? Oh, you want to know how I feel about Salem? Nobody's ever asked me that before. Not quite sure how to answer. Were you born here, Abby? Yes, I was. There's a comet in the sky the year I was born. So big you could see it even during the day. I wonder if that's true. I don't remember seeing it myself, but I'm sure it must have been a wonderful sight. You know, I'm sure Salem pales in comparison to something like someplace like Boston. But even this town has a lot going for it. Uncle told me its name comes from the word Jerusalem. Oh! I never thought about that before. You know all about Jerusalem, right? Because, you know, they're pronounced. You don't say Jerusalem. Every good Christian does. It's the holy city that was once ruled by both King David and King Solomon. The Knights of the Crusades headed east to find it, but our pilgrim fathers set sail for the west instead. When they arrived at the New World, they founded the towns of Plymouth, Boston, and Salem. It must have been really hard when they first arrived, and now ships come here from all around the world. You know, I never really thought about it, but Boston must have been that old, right? Because, like, it was a well-established city by the time of, you know, the Revolutionary War. And this is only, like, 80 years before the Revolutionary War. I never, like... I never connected that in my head, that the Salem witch trials are like so modern, you know? You saw how big our rye fields are, right? Can you believe this used to be woodland once? God was kind enough to let us put down roots and settle here. We're truly blessed. You're very proud about being part of a pioneer village, aren't you? Of course I am. It's where I was born and raised, after all. Isn't everyone proud of where they grew up? Yes, that's right. I think I can understand how you feel, if only a little. This is how history is made, after all. Plus, at this time, New England was still a British colony. What are you talking about? No, Marshall, that's witch talk. Witches know the future. Hadn't yet declared its independence as America. America? Who's that? Oh, I'm sorry. Just forget I said anything. So the people of Salem are still technically British, even if they did become colonists to seek their independence. You have to remember they're not servants, they don't have any modern-day knowledge. Yeah, you idiot. Have you ever been anywhere besides Salem Abbey? You almost got us all burned. Did they... I think they burnt one person, right? The rest are hangings, and crushings, and drownings. Well, no, not yet. I haven't left Salem in my whole life. Really? Not even once? No, not even once. Everything I know about Boston I heard from others. Sorry for misleading you. I just love hearing about other towns and other countries. Say, Mr. Ringmaster, you and your company must have performed all over Europe and the colonies, right? Yeah, we've been to America before. And Europe. We've been to France, we've been to Rome, been all over the ocean, been to London. Even the London we went to was only like... But no, London was in the 1800s, wasn't it? It's like only 150 years later. What sort of show did you put on in Boston? Did you stop by Jamestown too? Is it true that New York has stores where you can buy tea and porcelain from the Orient? I really wish I could see your show. Since I can, could you at least tell me about the different countries you've been to? Would that be alright, senpai? Sure, we can tell you... Was that about the plays? Well, the second option. I'll ask your uncle if you can attend too. Really? You'll do that for me? Still. Really appreciate the thought, but it's okay. I don't mind that anymore. But if you insist, could you please help Tatuba? She's not very good at defending herself. If Uncle gets forceful enough in his questioning, she might end up admitting to almost anything. How do you feel about your uncle? Uncle Carter's very responsible, quiet, and strict. Everyone in the village is very pious, but I think they are also very stubborn, don't like to admit when they've made a mistake. But when Uncle starts talking to them in his calm voice, they always seem to accept what he says. That's spooky. See, so the other villagers really trust him, don't they? Yes, they do. He teaches at Harvard Divinity School in Boston, after all. Why does he live here, then? Studies the Orient there. Don't really know quite what he researches. Does he research at, what's that one Lovecraft University? I forget the name of it. He always has fascinating things to share about foreign countries. He's told me some really unusual stories about faraway places like the Qing Dynasty? I think it's Qin? I don't know. I think in the Mughal Empire in a place called Zapong? I don't know where Zapong is. They also fascinating. I feel like that might have been another name for Vietnam at some point, but do not quote me on that. I'm like 90% sure I'm wrong. But 10% of me saying, yeah, that's Vietnam, trust me. See, it sounds like your uncle's where your love of foreign countries came from then. Yes, he must be. I do love hearing stories like that, but my very favorite thing is when I tell them to my friends, let my imagination run wild. Especially enjoy telling them to Lavinia. She's always so interested in to hear them. Lavinia? Is that a friend of yours? Oh yeah, Mashu didn't see her, did she? Oh, and I guess we don't know her name. She's the same age as me, so she was also born in the year of the comet. She's the best. I always love talking with her. None of the other girls have much interest in foreign countries, so they only ever ask boring questions. Lavinia loves to read, so she knows all sorts of things. Like a witch. Sometimes I even think she knows more than Uncle. Sometimes we even come here to watch the sea together. But... Did you and Lavinia have a fight or something? Yes. This time you saw right through me, Mr. Ringmaster. Must have upset her somehow, because lately, she just won't talk to me. I asked her about it, but she kept refusing to answer, so after a while I got upset too. But she's still my best, most cherished friend. Being a part has helped me realize that. I noticed there were a number of friends of yours at the secret gathering last night, though. Does that mean Lavinia wasn't among them? I secretly sent her an invitation, but she never showed up, just like I knew she wouldn't. Wonder, that be the girl who ran off into the forest? Talked to Tatuba about this, and she gave me some advice. Oh, did Machu see her? I thought she wasn't there. I thought she and Matahari were helping or something. She told me to be honest with myself and think about what I've done. Whether I'd done something to hurt her without knowing or meaning to. She recommended I ask myself 3 questions. So what were they? First, have I pretended to be someone I'm not? Second, have I jumped to any conclusions about her? And third, have I been neglecting to pay attention to tomorrow because I'm still nursing a grudge from yesterday? Tatuba said that? I see. I wonder if that... So I don't really... Oh, okay, so Tatuba is a servant. They're not actually Tatuba. I think everyone knows that at this point. I wonder if that plays into their character at all. After that, I realized there are a lot of things Lavinia could be angry at me for. I don't know what to apologize for first. Because every time they show up in an event, they're always just one-note character. Yeah, they're money. May I say something? Does Lavinia have white hair and very pale skin? Yes, that's right. Have you already met her, Mashu? Yes, I actually saw her in the forest last night. Yes, I haven't told you yet. Really? Do you mean it? She showed up after all. I'm so glad. Just sorry I didn't notice she was there. I have something else to apologize to her about. That was Lavinia, huh? Oh, so you saw her too, Mr. Ringmaster? Some people tease her about the way she looks. Some go even further, say she looks downright sickly. But I think she's beautiful. She's just like a star fairy, don't you think? If you ever make fun of her, I'll never forgive you. Don't worry, neither Senpai nor any of us would ever do that. I mean, no, she's a witch. Look, if we just hang everyone in here for being a witch, we'll solve the singularity. Look, you can see a sailboat on the other side of the pasture. Trust me. Well, not everyone, just the witches. Sun's kind of heated over there. You can hear people shouting angrily. Did a new ship just dock? Sailors can be kind of rough. The wharf is just past this grassland, but... Somebody does a gunshot. Oh, I didn't hear a sound effect. Came from the direction of the wharf. I really like Abigail's art, by the way. Specifically for the first ascension. We don't talk about the other two. That was not immunity. It's the Indians. The Indians are tight. Oh, come on. Just because you... I mean, they wouldn't have guns. Well, I guess if you shot back. Huh? From the sea? And actually, Abigail, we call them Native Americans now. Didn't one of ours head for the wharf? Oh yeah, Robin Hood. And Najah. Yes, I believe Robin and Najah did. Abby? Oh, you're alright. Let's get you back to the village before... Yeah. Abby? Outside. Can't go. Outside. Outside Salem. Nothing but pain and suffering. Okay, there is something clearly going on there. Everyone who comes from outside is... Still going. Wow, this is almost 30 minutes of one arrow. Dang, Orient. Hey, don't be racist, pirate. Come on. What do you think you are, putting your blade at me? That's a pirate voice. You live there alive. Don't get down on the floor and beg for mercy. A blade. Preposterous. Third-rate seaman. The true blade. My fire-tipped spear is red-hot flame. Your flimsy arms, will they continue to blunder? The next strike will be no mere scratch. The heck? You know, I wanted to talk about that. I've always thought it was so stupid. Like, most people nowadays, I think, call the group of indigenous people Native Americans, right, instead of Indians. But in like textbooks and stuff, when I was still a kid, they called them Indians, and I always thought that was so stupid. It's like, how do you know if they're talking about people from India or people from America, right? Like, why did it take so long for that to happen? The heck, this wench is off her rocker. Where the heck she get that thing from anyway? That was amazing. Did she just deflect our shots? Is that magic? You're acrobats or something? You're not acrobat. I am martial artist. Yeah. Sorry about this, gents. Would you mind putting away those scary looking muskets and knives now? We're just trying to relax before a big show. Hope you can understand. Oh, you're the ones who started it. I absolutely understand you're upset. Can we just keep it cool since this is a tavern and all? What's the big idea, Najah? What are you trying to pull here? You would have me remain silent. The face of such shame. What happened? Was this us? Got it, let's wipe the floor with them. Okay. Absolutely. Once I am done, not even a speck shall remain. Ringmaster? I just now realized, instead of master, ringmaster. It's just, yeah, add syllable onto it. You're nuts, you just got here. What will be the first thing out of your mouth? These seamen, the root of evil, therefore, I shall cut them down where they stand. They're witches! Get them! Oh yeah? You're still on about that one. Trying to draw on customers who are doing a terrible job. What are you supposed to be anyway? Another Oriental or something? That's right, I'm talking to ya. Oh, I think me? So you're the ringmaster, eh? What kind of company are you running? None of your freaks you run wild like this. What exactly happened here anyway? Please listen, master. To begin, once we entered this tavern, Matcha there sat at a gambling table, began drinking. Is that supposed to be Robin Hood? Hey now! Whatever became of the mission, he lost a dice, more and more, even demanded I bet our travel expenses. Whoa, keep that to yourself! Nothing better to do, so I followed his example, joined him, gambling table. Had no idea what I was doing. Beer was so bad, it was undrinkable. Then, in my lowest moment, third-rate seaman gestured toward me, called me a prostitute, began touching me near my waist. Yeah, get him! Kill him! That I did not mind. He did treat me to some oh, okay, in that case, if you don't mind. You didn't mind? Next, he made me sit on his lap, told me to pour him another glass. That sort of frivolity, I also do not mind. Well, so what's the issue? You sure you don't mind even a little? I do not mind. However, this seaman remained in high spirits, yet as he kept drinking, burst into tears, began to complain how sad my body is. Can you believe this body given to me by Tai Zhenyan himself? How dare this man praise this body as sad? How dare he? That's what bothers you about this? It's about when I couldn't take it anymore and tried to go smooth things over. According to that sailor, the shot was so light that he figured she wasn't eating well enough. They got him thinking about the kid he left behind in his own country. Yeah, that's right. You got a problem with that? He's not a witch, he's just a sad dad. Why the heck does a witch of yours go and pull a weapon on me? Haha, don't worry about it too much, young ringmaster. This guy's just an old big old lecher. You're just trying to get your wench to feel sorry for him so he can take you into bed. He does it all the time. Sure ain't much fun to be handed a Puritan port town like this after all. Yeah, neither we soldiers know your performers belong here. So might as well go along. We might as well get along. Ha ha ha. I can read. True, Robin was out of line, he'll apologize. Me? What'll I do? Not keep a close enough eye on her? Yeah, alright. But a feeling might go this way. What's going on? What's all this commotion about? Wished to be as fast as I could, but all I see now is people drinking happily. Come on, what happened here anyway? You know, it's fine, don't worry about it. You see, I suppose I understand. Just glad matters were resolved before they got out of hand. Haha, performers, eh? The storm out in the bay keeps us stuck here. Maybe we'll go see your show for ourselves. A storm? Has there been a stretch of poor weather out in the bay? Is that why you're all hanging out in this tavern? You got it, Specs. Gotta say, though, surprised you even thought to perform in Salem here at all. What sort of show you would be putting on? Oh, well, we were thinking of... Hold it, all of you. Want to hear what you have to say, too. The old mustache man with no eyes. They say you're gonna go around telling about every one of your traveling performers. But I don't buy it. Oh. Ringmaster, that guy's been sitting in the corner for a while now. He's one of the villagers, not a sailor. I run a general store here in Salem. I've been to Boston a number of times. I've never seen any entertainers like you before. There's a lot of strange folk in the theater. No one would ever come to Salem looking to get rich. We're just passing through. Unless you're secretly up to some dirty, shameful business, like that sailor said. For that matter, you're awfully young to be a troop leader. How many shows have you performed anyway? This will be our first. What was that? Whoa, it's not what it sounds like. She means this will be our first time performing with our current members, naturally. Another problem on our hands, huh? Ringmaster, please let me handle this. I have some notes from Chaldea for situations just like this. So I can see you care deeply about this town, and I understand— Shut up, Mashu. Why are we letting her handle this? But I assure you that despite our appearances, we at the Horsey Company are good, God-fearing people. We may not be Puritans or Quakers, but we always perform with gratitude for all of God's blessings. Oh, right. We pray every day, and as long as there's a church nearby, we make it a point to attend Mass as well. On our way here, we heard about a village in New England that no other performers will go near. A village where good people live pious lives. A place that truly lives up to its name, the city upon a hill. As fellow Christians, we hope to learn from the people of Salem's example. And if we could bring them some joy in return through the only trade we know, we could ask for nothing more. Yo, Mashu's a great suck-up. What the heck? City upon a hill, huh? See that you mean well. And given what happened in that little tussle earlier, you can also see that you want to blend into our town without causing trouble. Even if you are a little bit on the unusual side. That said, I don't want you leading us into temptation. When we did just have Najah... it's fine. And Monahar, it's fine. People said that we Puritans hate plays, novels, and dancing. That's giving us too much credit. It's not wrong, it's not quite right either. We do our best to minimize those distractions in our lives precisely because we're drawn to them. Every child knows that plays are fun and exciting. And this tavern certainly sees its share of people coming in looking to relax and enjoy themselves. The peoples of this village purposely go around turning blind eyes to each other's failings, as long as they only involve a glass of hard cider. We are all of us frail vessels, so we do not invite further temptation to our lives. That's my only concern about your troop. Hard cider is pretty great stuff. Shut up, Robin. I understand that as performers we may not be welcome. But does that mean we're not allowed here at all? That's not my decision to make. But if you're willing to demonstrate what sort of play you mean to put on, that might go a long way towards changing the people of Salem's minds. If you insist on performing, be willing to speak to the Reverend and other respected villagers on your behalf. Why not try putting on a small show just for them, getting approval from the village that way? I see. Senpai, I think this could be a good opportunity. Definitely. If you refuse to do so, I mean to apply your trade without regard to the villager's sense of piety, then I prefer that you leave. The barkeep tells me you're guests of Professor Carter. All the more so in that case. If you don't want to be hauled out before the judge, you should go somewhere that's more welcoming to outsiders, like Rhode Island or Pennsylvania. This is Massachusetts. Ours may be a small village, but in the eyes of God, His justice are upon us all. I don't want to see anyone hanged here. Hanged? Yeah, witches. About 4 years ago, I think. Saw a criminal hanged in Boston's town square. There's talk of witches and foul play. Perhaps you heard about it yourselves. Oh, witches, you say? That's something I'd like to hear all about. Finally, something relevant to the mission. Wait, Senpai? I think we should do as this van suggests. It's a good opportunity. Make our investigation considerably easier. Sounds good, though I am worried about the others. I see you have concerns. I believe there's a play in the book Anderson gave us that should be perfect. If it's alright with you, Senpai, shall we go with that one? Okay, let's do it. Understood, and I'll speak to this man and request his assistance. We should head back to our room and get it ready to perform. Oh, if you're wondering about Abby, I escorted her back to the town center. She's a little shaken up by the gunshots, but she regained her composure soon enough. I think she did. I wonder if her freaking out about not— oh, right, my internet's out. But hold on, let me finish this thought. Freaking out about not going outside comes from singularity-related things. Like, for example, the reasoning Salem is like a bubble, right? They can't go outside that bubble. I assume that that's kind of just her getting too close to outside the bubble, like, you know, being on the beach, that it's like, oh no, I can't go outside. Or if that comes from, I don't know, some other fear. Right? So my internet is out. This might be the end of the episode. I'm gonna look, see how much is left after I, get my internet back on. I probably just have to reset the router. After that, so this might be the end of the video. There's 3 arrows left. If they're short arrows, then I'll put them into out of them into the end of this. So this might not be the end, but it might be. So if it is, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.